Hello ladies and gents, welcome to the channel and a very merry Christmas. What I find really cool about this is we've got some Christmas music playing in the background and it was completely unintentional, but I love it. Welcome to the video, guys. This is Gran Turismo Sport. Specifically, this was brought out on the PS4, but I am playing this in wonderful PS5 glory. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are all doing well and keeping safe. My plan for today is to, one, celebrate the fact that the channel has now reached a YouTube partnership milestone, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much to everyone for your kind comments, your thumbs up, your likes, your subscriptions. I wouldn't be in this position without you. And secondly, it's Christmas. Let's get into the festive spirit. I've gone with Gran Turismo Sport, which you're probably wondering is quite a strange game to pick, but I was a huge fan of Gran Turismo on the PS1. I haven't played any Gran Turismo game since that game. I've dabbled in a couple of driving simulators, mainly Project Cars, Drive Club, and I did a bit of Horizon Chase Turbo, which was a very good game. But generally, I enjoy car games. They're quite relaxing. So we're going to go with this game as the Christmas game that I'm going to stream and play for you today. As I said, completely brand new. I don't know what I'm expecting except perfect graphics. Can you guys remember when Gran Turismo first came out on the PS1, how beautiful that looked? Well, check this beauty. This is going to be in 4K, hopefully. It's definitely going to be in 1080p. So hopefully you guys will have a great viewing experience. My plan for the hour is to also answer some of the most popular questions that you guys have put to me through Twitter, PSN and the channel. And hopefully I can answer most of your questions, if not all of them. And the ones I don't get to answer, don't be put off. Please put them in the comments and I will come back to you and answer as soon as I can. Check out that Christmas music. Is it great or is it not great? So I don't want to jump straight in on a campaign. We're going to have a little test run on the arcade first, just to get a feel for how the game plays. Oh, what fun. Have we got a North Pole level? We're going to go straight circle by the looks of it. I can already tell I'm going to have fun with this. And it's already getting me in the mood for Gran Turismo, is it 7 or 8 next year? Which will be absolutely amazing. What time of day do we want? Let's go with sunrise, why not? We can pick our car as well. How great is that? Got Golf, Alfa Romeo, that's pretty cool. BMW, Lancer Evo. What car shall we go with? I mean, Lexus. Let's go with an Evo. Controversial choice. We'll go with automatic transmission. We'll start off as beginner because we just don't know what we're expecting, and I don't want to get my ass kicked at the first go. I'm sure we'll be fine with intermediate. But anyway, here we are. I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope you continue to stay safe over the Christmas period as well, guys, but by all means, absolutely enjoy yourself. Make sure you look after your loved ones, your friends, your family. It's been a tricky year, and I think we all deserve it. So, what have we got? So, these are players who aren't familiar with driving games. You've got corner indicator, cone marker, driving line. ABS default. Counter steering assistance is weak. Stability management's on. We've got some experience with driving games, let's just go with it. Left stick is to steer. Do you want X or square the L2 and R2, L2 buttons? I would like L2, R2. Wow, look at this. To be honest, it's very intuitive. You can mix and match the controls quite a bit. There we go. It's even got the original sounds. Coming through. We got some presents to deliver. I'm already loving this, guys. How do you change the view? R1. My car looks very blocky, but it's all good. Look at all the indicators on the bottom as well. I'm sure they do something. I'm just not going to find out what that is. So we've got a 10 lap race. What I'll do at the end of this race is answer a question or two. And we'll pick a more interesting track. Believe me, we're not just going to go round and round in circles. This is great on the haptic feedback as well, by the way. On the PS5 DualSense controller. As you get sort of oversteer, understeer, it really does rattle the DualSense. It feels like the tyres are trying to grip to the road. It's very, very impressive. We're already lapping these guys, which is quite embarrassing for them. And this is on intermediate, so it's not bad. This is the average difficulty. I'm not sure if it's because we've gone with a souped up car, but it looks like there's tactics to it. Some cars handle better than others. We've gone with the Evo, only because I enjoyed the look of the Evo as I was growing up. Got some music in the background as well. Probably going to get copyrighted on this, but here's what it is. We're doing it for your viewing pleasure. This looks absolutely amazing, by the way, speaking of viewing. There's definitely a feel for upscale graphics on this. The lighting effects are absolutely perfect. The car handles amazingly. It's very responsive. I am going to spend some time looking at the indicators on the bottom of the screen that you guys can see. I'm sure there is some important information down there that I need to pay more attention to, but as it stands right now, we are just R2 in our way to victory. It's cool that you can select the original controls as well, back from the PS1 days, where you had X was accelerate and square was brake. You can also tweak the controls to your liking anyway, so you can pretty much select any button as any button. There we go. And we're first place. Not a bad race at all. And we got some prize money. First victory trophy, we'll take that. Mileage points. How far you've driven. So we get mileage points, we get distance, we've got a daily workout, and we've got driving experience as well. Love it. So we are now, I think it makes sense if we select, I love how this feels as well, look at this. We've got garage shots, cars purchased, notifications. We've got some followers. Thanks very much. Activity guide. That is pretty cool. End the race. That is what I want to do, end the race. We're going to select a different track, but I think now is a good time to open with the first question. So as I said, these are questions that you guys have put to me. It could be about absolutely anything. I just thought it'd be good to give you a chance to talk about the channel. It could be about my progression for the channel, anything at all. It could be about the playlist. So I've literally opened it out to you guys, and these are the questions that I've selected that are the most popular because they've been upvoted. More than one person has asked it, so hopefully it accommodates for everybody on the whole. So, first question that I've got is, now that you are a YouTube partner, what are your plans for the channel next year? Very good question. The short answer is do more. By that I mean keep doing the content I'm doing. I absolutely love the gaming aspect. I love doing the full game playthroughs with you guys because it brings more people to the channel through the live streams, but also it's a great way to interact with you. and I've met some amazing people through the live streams that I've done. All very supportive, all, you know, interesting people that come from diverse backgrounds. So the short answer to that is more content, more of the same, but also more of the newness. So I want to go back to the podcast as well. I've only done one episode of the podcast, so I want to do more podcast episodes for next year. I also want to start collaborating with some of you guys. I know some of you have already reached out to me and asked about doing some collab videos, which I'm absolutely all over that idea. What else? Also, I'm considering doing some vlog videos, potentially some comedy shorts as well, so let me know if you're interested in that. It's kind of a take it by ear scenario. I've got lots of ideas on the table for the channel. I may dabble into all of them. I may do one or two. We'll see how it goes, but more of the same. So lots more game playthroughs. I'm planning to get back into the movie review side of things as well. Obviously when we're able to get to the cinema, but there's nothing stopping me doing Netflix movie reviews and that kind of stuff, I know, but I'm kind of focusing heavily on the gaming aspects at the moment, which seems to be a popular direction. So I'm going to continue with the game playthroughs. Movie reviews will be back, the podcast will be back, and also some new content. Hopefully that is going to be exciting for you guys. So we'll do one more question before we do another race. The next question is, what game are you playing next after Demon's Souls? Very, very good question, and I've actually already started it. So if you guys haven't noticed, I've picked up a new game called Mafia, specifically the Definitive Edition, and this is the edition that was remastered for PS4. So it's got PS4 Pro enhanced graphics. Everything's been streamlined. They've taken out all the clunkiness that was in the original PS3 version of the game. Me personally, I didn't play any of the Mafia games, so it's a completely brand new experience for me. However, a lot of people that have played the Mafia series have said, just by looking at the gameplay that I did yesterday in part 1, they are massively impressed with the overhaul. So apparently there's big improvements to the scenery, to the angle of the camera, to the clipping and the chopping of the character, with collision detection and all that kind of stuff with objects and people within the game. Apparently it's just generally put together better, so it weaves better with cutscenes, it weaves better with gameplay, the in and out of the gunplay as well apparently has been overhauled. Don't quote me on it, just go and have a look at part 1, but it's up now on the channel. So that was a very long-winded way of me saying that it's Mafia Definitive Edition is the next game that I'm doing as a full game playthrough, which I've already started, so please come and join me on that one, guys, as I do with all my game playthroughs. It will be live, every part will be live on the channel, so you guys can jump in on the action and view it whenever you want to. But likewise, if you want to catch it at a later time, all you need to do is hit the bell icon, subscribe, and you'll see that pop up in your newsfeed on your YouTube channel. It will also come to you as a recommended video, so you won't miss it, basically. First impressions very quickly on that as well. I'm absolutely loving it. It is a great game, very funny, very impressive. The visuals, considering it is a PS3 classic, and I know it's been overhauled, it's a Pro enhanced version, and I was playing it on the PS5, but even so, very, very blown away with the visuals. I like how it almost introduces the game as a movie. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think there's lots that the game is going to offer as well. Let's go with the Mercedes-Benz. It just feels like it's a Scarface, Goodfellas, Godfather type of story. I feel like there's going to be some betrayal in there. There's going to be some nastiness. So you know what goes wrong with these mafia type stories. Someone betrays you. It doesn't go well, and you know the story. It's kind of like you're on top of the world and then you're not. I'm expecting that to come, but so far so good. I think it's a really good game. I know I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will too, so feel free to come and join me on it. And the last sort of thing we did in part 1 was actually a race, which is ironic, which we're linking into Gran Turismo now. We did a little box kart race, which was loads of fun. And that's the only criticism I do have currently on the game, is that it's hella difficult on the steering. Very, very difficult on the steering, very stiff. But this game makes it better. Makes driving a lot better. Right, let's go. Oh god, that was terrible. This is 100% me now driving. We're going to try and win, but this is just really for you guys to get a feel for what the game's about. It's a casual-ish stream. It's a casual-ish video. We're celebrating Christmas. We're celebrating crashing. We're celebrating the channel reaching YouTube partnership. Just having some fun. Final lap. We've got some work to do. Perfect corner, look at that. And we're gonna overcut this guy. Yes. Getting the hang of it, guys, slowly but surely. It's very, very intuitive. It feels like you're actually driving, as weird as that sounds. And the beauty of this game is that you can also play this in VR, which I'm absolutely going to do at some point. So if you do want to see more footage of this, if you want to see a bit more of GT Sport, just let me know. If there's enough pull for it and people want to see it, then I'll absolutely do it for you guys. Maybe in a stream, or if you want to see a campaign playthrough, just let me know. Come on. We're 4th, so that's not bad. If we finish in 4th, I'll be happy. The goal was top 5. I don't know what these GPS markers are. I think it's almost telling us the best positions to be in on the track. Maybe. It's saying go wide. Take the corner as it is. No. They do. There you go, you guys can get a feel for what the first person driving's like. 4th, not too bad. Could have done better, but it's all part of the learning, right? Nice place to start, mate. Right, we're going to play this race in, whoa, first person view. But just so you guys can see the car real quick, there it is. Look at the lighting on it, by the way. Hell yeah. And I'm not sure if you're able to, but I can remember in some of the older Gran Turismo games, you were able to import your own music. Not sure if you can still do that with this one. I haven't really tweaked into the settings too much, but we're coming for you. Yes, took that corner like a pro. Look at that. And that's the thing, sometimes it's easier to play it in sort of first person because it gives you a better view of the road and how wide the angles are. Like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about, I just like to sound like I do. So, Merry Christmas. This is likely going to be how most people are spending their Christmas travelling wise, is through driving games. Because not a lot of us are able to move at the moment, are we? So we'll take what we can get. We'll take what we can get. I'm just trying not to get distracted by the mountain range in the background, but look how amazing that is. The field of view is incredible in this game. This is actually part of the PlayStation Hits collection as well. Very, very easy to see why. It's probably the best racing game on the PS4/5 at the moment, until the next Gran Turismo comes out. But also, there are other great games out there as well. Project Cars is meant to be really good, the new one. I played the original, but Project Cars 3 is meant to be quite good. And also Drive Club. I quite enjoyed that one. Loving the music. This is very likely going to get us copyright flagged, so we're not going to monetize on this video, but it's fine. We're here for the Christmas cheer. If that means you guys at least get to keep the song, then great. Look at this. Don't know if it's the car or whether the fact I've just switched to first person view. Oh, too much oversteer. But it's easier, as he says, sliding around the corner. It's easier to navigate the track in this view. Look at the sun beaming through the clouds, it's amazing. I actually remember as well with the first Gran Turismo game, bit of a nostalgia trip for you guys now. I used to pretend, when I used to sort of play games with my sister when we were younger, we used to pretend that we were driving the car and we were like doing stuff like going to the shops. I used to drop her off to work. She used to pick me up from my friend's house. All virtually, all pretend. We used to have a steering wheel that was attached to the table, and then we used to pretend that that was our car. We used to go drive to the petrol station and everything. The weirdest things you do when you were a kid were the greatest ideas. You wouldn't do it now, would you? You'd look weird, but when you're a kid, you can get away with those sorts of games. We thought it was great. We did the same thing when, I don't know if you guys can remember Ridge Racer for PS1. Did the same thing when that first came out. I think that was the first ever racing game that I played, beyond the ones that you get in the arcade, you know, like the Horizon Chase, where you play as like the red Ferrari and you got to try not to crash into anything. That was the first, I'd say, proper racing game that I played, was Ridge Racer on PS1. What a cracker that was. There we go. First position, loving it. Before we pick a time of day, which I think, by the way, is an amazing feature, I would just like to go off on the next question. So, next question is, your channel has taken off fairly quickly. Do you have any tips for my channel to grow? Do you know what? That is a very, very good question. I can give you some tips on what helped my channel. As I said, I'm not an expert, and although I completely appreciate every single one of you, the channel has only really got 1,500 subscribers, which is fantastic for me personally, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the ocean. But however, I completely appreciate what you're asking, and I'll just explain to you what helped me. So, rule number one really is don't copy anyone. I know it's very easy to do, but especially if you're running out of ideas for your channel, do not copy anyone. If you are going to use aspects about other people's work, so for example, if you want to do gaming videos, make it your own, make it personal. Don't completely copy someone else, because chances are they're already doing it better than you. Keep it original as well. Don't, as I said, copy, but also come up with something that's original. Try and do something that nobody has done before. And I know that's really hard, but the videos that go viral, the videos that get you attention, are based on content that nobody has done before. Another really good one that helped me is try to mix your streaming with your content creation. So what helped me pull in a lot of subscribers was live streams. Now I know a lot of people say you're either a streamer or you're a gamer or content creator, whatever you want to call it. That's not true, you can be both. And sometimes a live stream is a good way to pull in new people. For me, example, I do all my full game playthroughs completely live. And there is a strong reason for that, is because I want to connect with you guys virtually live as well. It's a good way of building up the community, but also it's a chance for new people to jump in on your stream, to see what you're playing, to see what kind of gamer content creator you are, and they're likely to subscribe. If they like your stream, they're likely to subscribe. And what that then means is you've got a follower for life, so any other videos that you do put up about your content, any videos that you publish, they are likely to see them. So that's how you draw in the beginning, because for me personally the hardest bit was getting the subscribers in the very beginning. I was a bit of an idiot move that I didn't turn on my settings to allow subscribers to happen, which was a bit of a fool move, fool of a toque. But once I sussed that, subscribers did start pouring in sort of fairly quickly. So what helped me personally, I think, was the streams. And what's very important when you do that is you need to interact with your audience. Don't play like you're not streaming. I know that sounds really sort of commonplace and you think, well, yeah, that's obvious, but you'll be surprised the amount of people that I watch do live streams and they absolutely disregarded anyone there, they disregarded comments, and people don't want that. Some people like watching in the wings, they like watching from the shadows, and that's fine, but you have to stream like you're playing to an audience, even if there's absolutely nobody watching, because when that live stream goes up on your channel, people will be watching it as if they're sat there live, and that's got a better connection to your community than if you completely ignore it. So a little tip for you is when you do live stream like you're streaming to hundreds of people. Pay attention, make comments like I'm doing now, talk to people like they are sat in the room with you, and you also have to respect people's wishes. I mean, if you can see that there's someone watching your stream, it's enough personally if I say, you know, thanks for checking out the stream, thanks for joining me. You don't have to go to the length of saying, oh, I can see someone's watching, what's your name, and try and pull them in, because some people don't want to do that. Some people just want to watch from the wings very quietly, and that's absolutely fine, and they will respect you for not almost digging them out live. So you need to take a medium approach. Remember that people will be watching your video even if you're live streaming and no one is watching it at the time, so talk like you're talking to a live audience, but also acknowledge that if you can see that people are watching, respect that they may not want to be called out. They might just want to watch silently. They might be doing it on the sly while they're working. They might be doing it where they've got a spare 5 minutes, so they might not want to be called out on it. They might just want to watch, so that's cool as well. So just remember that, and people will respect you for that. Apart from that, the only other thing that's helped me is make long videos. So a lot of people think the shorter the video the better. Whilst that can sometimes be true, the YouTube algorithm works favourably for people that make long videos, so try and go for videos that are at least an hour long. For me, as a person that subscribes to loads of channels, especially gaming channels, I prefer longer videos. I like to sit down when I've got some spare time and watch a gameplay through, almost like a movie. If I've got an hour and a half spare, I like to watch parts of games that people are playing, and that's what's the most successful people have done. Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Radbrad, Angry Joe Show, they've all done games in sections, and what they then do is the live streams are off the back of that, and it pulls people in that are additional to what, you know, who are already watching, and it's kind of like a wildfire approach. You lay the foundations for that, and the rest of it follows. So there's loads of little things you can do. My biggest tip, my 100 biggest tip, percent biggest tip for you is that you do your research. Don't think that just because you game and you post a video that it's going to sell, it's going to land. It's not. You have to put time in, you have to think about your content, think about what's popular as well. That's a quick way of getting on the almost like the notice board, is look at what people are into right now, but also do your research. Look at what people want to watch. What's hot right now is Cyberpunk failing, so if you're a content creator, your best pitch right now is to talk about Cyberpunk. Me on the other hand, I'm not really interested in the here and now. I like to do what I enjoy. I more often than not play AAA games, so you can see from my library that I've done Resident Evil 3 when it came out, Last of Us Part 2 when it came out, Marvel's Avengers when it came out, so, you know, it's Final Fantasy 7 Remake's another one. I tend to do games as and when I want to play them, but I absolutely don't play games that I don't want to play. The key thing you guys need to remember is, yes, you may want to make a job out of this, you may want to make a lifetime career out of it, but you need to be happy doing it. If you plan to do something one day and you think, today I'm going to make a video, if you really don't feel like it and you're not at your most creative peak, don't do it. Don't force yourself to do it, because you'll fuel this idea that you have to do it even if you don't want to. It's different if you've promised a live stream or you've promised a date, but that's another story. But don't commit to something you're not happy doing. This should be your hobby that you enjoy, your hobby that you're sticking to because you enjoy it, and that should then fuel into it being your job, your career, etc. A lot of successful people will tell you that if you enjoy your job, it's not a job, and that's a very true saying. And it's the same thing really with this. I do this as a hobby, I do this as a passion, I do it to help others. It helps me mentally, it helps me sort of wind down. I love gaming, always have. It's always been something that's calmed my senses and it's helped me de-stress and all that kind of stuff. But if it's helping other people and it's bringing entertainment to other people, that is what it is for me. That's what makes it. So hopefully that's some tips you guys can get started on. Just to summarize, do your research, don't copy other people, try and be original, so make it your own. Do long videos, an hour plus, and just remember, I didn't actually know this, but if you are going to live stream on YouTube, YouTube only starts recommending you publicly to people outside of your algorithm space if you've been streaming for 2 hours or more, which sounds absolutely crazy. They might change that over time, but if you've been streaming for 2 hours or less, your live stream is going to reach less people. So just bear that in mind. So those people that just stream for half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour, you're not going to reach the same demographic as you would if you streamed for 2 hours. As soon as you reach that 2 hour plateau, YouTube then starts pinging you out to wider algorithm areas, which seems crazy, but that's just how it works. There's obviously a reason behind it, but just bear those things in mind. Someone once said to me as well, you should spend as much time editing and building a thumbnail as you do with the actual content time of the video, and I disagree with that. You should pay equal attention to your thumbnail and everything else. It shouldn't be a rushed effort by any means, but your content speaks for itself. I've seen people with a very bare bones thumbnail, a very bare bones basic, here's a picture of me holding a console, but their content is brilliant. It's funny, it's humorous, it's detailed, it's informative, it's positive, it's all the kind of stuff people want to see. Your content speaks for itself, but yes, it is important. The thumbnail is the eye-catching bit, it's the poster on the wall, it's the guy, it's the salesman stood in the street saying, you know, do you want to buy Sky? It's the first point of contact, so it has to be eye-catching, and there is you know, research behind it and everything else, but people are more likely to click on a thumbnail that looks interesting. Of course they are, but generally your content will speak for itself. So you want to try and sound upbeat, you want to try and sound positive, you want to interact with your community, all that kind of stuff. I can go on and on about this, guys, and I'm conscious I've been rambling on enough as it is, but hopefully that's given you enough tips to help your channel. If you do want to hear more, or you want a specific video on this where I just talk about that alone and what's helped me and my channel grow, I will absolutely do it for you. Just let me know in the comments or fire me a question separately and I will do my best to help you. As I said, I can only really go on what's helped me, but the channel has taken off fairly quickly. Those of you that have seen the partnership video will know that the channel really has only started up and running properly since March. So to come from March to here, building over 1,000 subscribers, 5,000 hours of watch time, and you know, getting an interactive community and all that kind of stuff, it's phenomenal. It's really something that I would never expect to happen, and I only really pray and hope that it still continues to grow in the coming year. So hopefully that's given you something to think about, guys. But anyway, enough rambling. Ooh. This was the view I didn't like in the original game. It just takes up too much of the screen in my opinion. But this is what you see when you're driving, really. I love the detail. Look at the dashboard. You've even got a clock on the radio there, it's not the right time, but it's probably the in-game right time because we're playing at night, remember, in the evening. So yeah, hopefully you found those tips useful, guys, but as I said, if you do want more on that and you want some more detailed breakdowns of what helped and how I did it, I'm more than happy to put together a video for you guys if the demand is there. But if you've just got individual questions, feel free to fire my way. I don't tend to use Twitter as much as I probably should. I'm not really a social media person, to be honest. I tend to post stuff on PSN or the channel itself, or put it up as a community post. I need to work more on social media. Maybe that's something I look at for next year. But there's lots of things that go into making a channel successful. There's lots of things that go into making a channel noticeable and all that kind of stuff. Another quick tip as well, whilst I'm thinking about it, is think about your audience. What target demographic are you going for? Are you going for a channel that's based on children's videos? Are you going on a channel that's based on horror content? Is it based on gaming? Is it based on movies? And if you're going for a mix of everything, so if you're going for like movies, kids videos, gaming, etc., you almost need to signpost your content, so you should be at least making playlists. Make sure as well that you're age restricting your content that are, you know, aimed at children. But there's loads to it. The tags are important, so what you put in as your tags for the video are important. It's key to getting the video noticed. The title of the video, there's research behind that as well, and how that feeds into the YouTube algorithm, and what kind of titles are, what's the word, not popular, trending. So believe it or not, you can have titles that trend. The main two titles that always pull through lots of views or get out to the wider demographic are how-to videos. So if you do a video how to, I don't know, defeat a boss in under 2 minutes, or how to defeat this, or how to do that, how to tie your shoelace, all that kind of stuff, those are the videos that do reach out to people and they're quite popular. But also top X videos, so top 5 of this, top 10 of this, top ways to make money, top ways to drive better, top ways to please your girlfriend. You get the picture, all that kind of stuff. Those are the two main titles for videos that work. How to and top X, top 5, top 10, all those kind of videos. So maybe start there. YouTube is a great place. It's got loads of diverse content, loads of content that's, you know, appealing for everybody. But you need to think about your audience, what you're going for, and try and stick to a lane. Perfect that craft before you branch out. I mean, what I'm going for is gaming. I'm dabbling in movie reviews. I've done podcasts and stuff, which I absolutely love and enjoy. But I'm almost perfecting my craft at the moment with the gaming videos that I do. What you don't want is 3 or 4 different areas. For example, gaming, movies, I don't know, anime, family, I don't know, anything. I'm trying to think of topics, but pets. You could do a pet vlog, do you know what I mean? It's what you don't want is okay aspects in all of those topics. You want to almost be an expert in one, and once you've got the fan base and once you've got the following, your other content almost sits for itself. It almost does its own work. So once you've got the following and the people behind you, and they're confident in what you put out content wise, and they're strong supporters of what you put out content wise, you can then start to branch off. I think it's good to have a no ceiling limit type of approach to your content, but picking a lane and perfecting that craft first of all is a good place to start. Networking is another good thing that helped me, so reaching out to other players, watching videos. What I do, which is kind of strange, especially in the beginning, is I watch my own streams back, every single second of it. And what that's helped me do is build up my confidence on camera. It's helped me take out phrases I don't like or sayings I don't like. And whilst it shouldn't be a script, you shouldn't feel like you have to come on and put on a persona. You should absolutely be yourself, which is what I do. But also you might pick out some things that you do, certain niggles, or you might find a certain microphone doesn't work as well as another. You might find that your camera's not as good as it needs to be. You might want to ditch the camera and go with a different approach. You might find that you talk too quickly, you're too loud, you're too quiet, you don't acknowledge chat enough, you over acknowledge chat and not enough of the game. It's very good. It's a very good way to pick out what you like so you can maintain doing it, and what you don't like so you can discard it and think about content for your future videos and streams. So hopefully that's been helpful. We're going to go into a couple more questions now, guys, because I'm just conscious that we don't want to go over too much in terms of time. But can I just say, this game is absolutely amazing. I hope you're enjoying it. The graphics are living up to the hype. Loads of people have said to me that this game needs to be played on PS5, and I can now see why. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm definitely going to be doing more of this off-stream, off-channel if you like, but if you guys want to see more live streams on this, or you want to see more videos on it, then absolutely let me know, and I will accommodate your request. So let's move on to the next question. I'm looking to start a channel. What should I pick as my content? Kind of falls into what I just said in a very long-winded way, but hopefully you found it helpful. Your content should absolutely be something you're passionate about, and you should almost be an expert in it. If you're not an expert in it, learn it. So if you're going to make content about Lego videos, for example, I would not feel that I can trust the content or the information given by someone on the channel if they know absolutely nothing about Lego. It's great that you're passionate about it, but you have to have the knowledge and the background as well, I think. I don't think it's enough to say, here's a trailer, watch it, because you can get access to that trailer anywhere. Netflix, YouTube, the internet, Reddit. Everyone is likely going to post the same thing, so how are you going to make your content stand out? That's what you need to be thinking. What's going to be different about your content? If you've got 5 content creators, one of them's got 10 million viewers, one's got 5,000, one's got 10 viewers, they all post the same video. Which video do you think is going to make it in terms of popularity and everything else? It's going to be the one that's got the most viewers. So he's got the head start, or she's got the head start in the subscriber count, of course, but your content should be what your expertise is or what your passion is. So me, for example, it's gaming all the way. I do like movies as well, so I've done a few movie videos. But I'm also passionate about linking up with people, sharing information, sharing experiences, building up other people's confidence, which I've done hopefully through episode 1 of the podcast. And I'm going to be doing more of that next year. So I've kind of gone off on a tangent a bit and stuck to gaming. But in a way, I'd like to say that it's perfected me on the channel a little bit in terms of screen presence, and it's perfected the way I describe things in my reviews and all that kind of stuff. And it's all done through practice. Just accept as well, you're going to put out content that's going to be crap. You are going to put out content that's going to be crap. You're going to put out content that people aren't going to like, and that's fine. You're not there to please everybody, you're there to please yourself. You need to be happy with your content before you can say everyone else needs to be happy with it. And you need to be honest with yourself as well. You need to look at it and think, is this the best I can do? Could I spend a bit more time editing this? Am I being a bit lazy with the thumbnail? Am I being a bit lazy with XYZ? And a lot of people say to me, should I have an expensive camera? Should I have this? No, you don't. But you need to be able to confidently say that what you're putting out is your best work. If you're half-assing it and you're taking 10 minutes on a thumbnail or half an hour on editing a video, it's not enough. There's people out there that are working harder than you that will likely, as a result of that, put out better content than you. And it is a dog-eat-dog. Especially if you want to make a career out of YouTube, you want to make a career out of editing or whatever it is, it's a competitive market. Everyone thinks it's easy to slap on a headset, put on a camera and start streaming. It's very easy to do that, but it's hard to stand out in a crowd full of millions. So you just, for your content question, Pick content that's personal to you, that you enjoy, that you're at least a semi-professional expert at it. So you're very confident. What that will do then is project confidence when you're on screen or when you're talking about it. But also it will open up new ideas for future videos and future content. So that would be my advice. Let's quickly move on to the next question. What equipment should I use for my videos? Kind of depends a little bit on what content you want to create. So most people tend to just post videos in the sense that they don't use a camera, but I think a camera is quite important. It's important to get your face out there. I'm not saying you have to do it on every video, but interacting with your audience is a key thing in building your channel and networking with other people. And people like seeing faces, you know, they like to put voices to names, faces to names, faces to voices. It goes on. If you're constantly streaming with no camera, or you're constantly posting and it's just your voice, yeah, you might get away with it. Radbrad is very good at doing that. He rarely posts camera footage, it's just, you know, his name, but he's taken years to get to that point. It takes years of practice, years of perfecting your craft almost. You know what works, what doesn't work, and you feed into the algorithm. You know what's popular, and you're very confident on your videos. That's another key thing. So equipment wise, no, it's not important, but if you want to take it seriously, if you really, you know, want to get into chances of building your channel or making a career out of your editing or your content, you have to consider fronting the money. You have to consider what equipment you're using. It's great that you can snip stuff from your PlayStation, it's great that you can snip stuff from your phone and all that kind of stuff, but if you want that professional gloss on it, you want your sound to be perfect, you want a high quality camera, you want your videos to look and feel professional, you have to invest in software, you have to invest in the equipment, you have to do your research. It took me a good year to get everything out how I wanted it to be. I bought a camera first of all and I thought, yeah, this is great. It had a little ring light on it because I researched lots of videos that said lighting is really important. When I tried and tested the camera, it was so dark even though it had a light on it. And going back and looking at my videos now, if you guys actually check out the Control playlist of the gameplay through I did of Control, you'll see exactly what I mean. The camera's really dark, the picture quality is crap, because I tried to do it all through my PC. Then I looked at this little tool called the Elgato capture card, which is a very cool piece of equipment which basically captures your outputs. So you can capture audio, video from the PlayStation. You can also capture the camera overlay which is on top of that. And you've also of course got software like Streamlabs, where it's streaming software where you can do transitions between the scenes, you can do be right back sort of screens and all that kind of stuff. So it's worth investing in it. If you want to take it seriously, it's worth investing in it. If it's just a hobby, stick to what you like, stick to what you know and stick to what you like. But if you want to go places with it, you have to be in competition with other people. You have to start looking at, can you get better pieces of equipment, can your editing be better, can your screen presence be better, all that kind of stuff. And it all ties into how successful your videos are and how successful your channel is. It's a bigger picture, but you start by breaking down the pieces and looking at, you know, is my microphone good enough just being on a headset? Should I get an actual boom mic with a muffler on it? What software do I use to edit? Share Factory is great, and that's a good piece of kit if you guys want to do it directly through your PlayStation. But again, if you want access to more tools, you want to be more professional, there's loads of software out there from Adobe, Photoshop software, thumbnails. Wondershare for More is a good one for video editing. There's absolutely loads. PixArt's a good one. But you just need to do your research. And I tried 3 or 4 different software packages before I found one that I really, really liked. And it's just your personal preference, really. Some have slightly more sleeker options than others. But in general, it's personal preference. Okay, I think let's do one more race and we're going to close with a final question. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been a cracking experience for me, and I'm going to continue playing this. We're going to take it easy, just because I am conscious of time. Let's go to BMW. Nice blue colour, just so we can go around the circuit. So what I might do is answer this last question as I'm playing. But please let me know, guys, if you want to see more content based on Gran Turismo Sport. You want to see more videos, just let me know. I am absolutely loving it. And hopefully I can answer the final question fairly comfortably by just going round in circles. So, oh, this is a good one. Final question. What is your game of the year? I was very torn between 3 games. Ghost of Tsushima, Demon's Souls and Final Fantasy VII Remake. However, I think overall, you know, thinking of graphics, story, originality, gameplay, replayability, audio, sound, and just by being taken away just by the presence of the game in general. I'm getting sandwiched now. I have to go with Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, massive RPG fan. I'm going to be honest and say Final Fantasy VII, the original game, wasn't my favourite of the Final Fantasy series. Controversial decision, I know, but Final Fantasy VIII was my favourite. But I categorically loved the remake. It was done so well. And I know it got a lot of flack for being split into different parts, but I'm okay with that. For me, it prolongs what is already a fantastic game. And it gives them the opportunity to open up storylines a little bit and see where it goes. So I'm all for that. So, Game of the Year, Ghost of Tsushima. I think it was very well deserved. It got some incredible rewards in terms of recognition, and I think it more than deserved it. It picked up a few awards from the yearly Game Awards as well recently. Is this guy going to move, or am I going to have to drive out of the way? So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, just for the pure atmosphere of the game, the storytelling, the music was phenomenal. I loved all the side quests. It didn't feel taxing. I went for a platinum on it. It took me ages to get the platinum, but I absolutely loved it. I loved Jin's story. The voice acting was incredible. The list goes on and on. But I really liked it. It was such a good game. And finally, someone has asked me to categorize my top 5 games of 2020. And this is, again, a very difficult decision. A lot of toing and froing. There's some great games out there, and what I'm going to do is mention my personal top 5, but also put in some honourable mentions. So, my top 5, this is in no particular order, but I'm going to try and put it in order of importance. So, number 1 was Ghost of Tsushima. Number 2 was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Number 3, Demon's Souls. Number 4, Astro's Playroom. And number 5, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. All fantastic games. And I just want to say honourable mentions are The Last of Us Part 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Star Wars Squadrons, Destroy All Humans Remake, and Fall Guys. All were incredible games that have stuck with me throughout the year. There are a couple of other games as well that are worth a mention, and you know, I'm just basing it on games that I've played and that have come out this year. So that's my list. I think that is a great place to stop. Let me know, guys, what are your top 5 games of 2020 in the comments. What is your game of the year? Can you pick one? We've had a great year for gaming, and it's been a crazy year all around for everybody. But it looks like we've got some crackers coming up next year as well. We've obviously got Gran Turismo, we've got Horizon, the next game. We've got Resident Evil 8 Village. We've got Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm secretly loving that that's coming out. Really looking forward to that. Apparently we've got Gollum as well, and those of you that know me, I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, so I cannot wait for that either. There's just loads of stuff on the horizon. Final Fantasy is coming out. It's going to be another great year for gaming, and we seem to be continuously spoiled with all these great games. But I think that is a solid place for us to stop, guys. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for all your help, support, positivity, your likes, your subscriptions, your comments, not just for this video but throughout the whole year. It's put us in a position where we're now a official partner of YouTube, and it still breaks me saying that because it is really heartwarming that we're in that position, and it's all because of each and every one of you, for all of your support, for all of your guidance, for all of your help, and just interacting with me on the streams, interacting with me in the videos. I'm glad the channel is giving you something back. As I said, I did just make this channel initially just to practice my editing and put out a hobby that I love, but if it's doing things for you in terms of entertainment, and it's sort of motivating you to do your own content and follow your own goals and dreams, then that's absolutely amazing as well. In terms of the game, Gran Turismo Sport, buy it. It's part of the PlayStation Hits. As I said, I managed to pick this one up for £5, which is crazy. I've got the disc version, so I'm playing this on wonderful PS5 glory. So I've got the enhanced lighting and graphics, which is a welcome addition, which I know some of you guys won't be experiencing just yet, but it's still a great game. I've seen some PS4 footage, and it is more than worthy of picking up, especially if you're a racing game fan, or you just want a casual racing simulator just to play, just to tie you over with time, or just to relax you a little bit. It handles really well. The cars are obviously the selling point in the game. It's a Gran Turismo game. You're going to get amazing graphics, you're going to get amazing sound. It's really authentic as well. It feels just like the original, as good as the original did, but there's loads of sort of refurbs done on it. There's loads of tweaks, and there's additional content and extras almost that you can feel in the game. It works really well with the haptic feedback, despite it being a PS4 title, not a PS5. So it's well worth picking up. As I said, if you guys want to see more of this, whether it be a campaign playthrough, a full game playthrough on the channel, whether we just do a couple more live streams, let me know in the comments. Please leave a thumbs up on the video if you've enjoyed it, and if you're brand new to the channel, why not subscribe? Come and join the community, guys. Come and join what is already an amazing bunch of people that's supporting the content that I'm putting out. Hopefully you guys found the tips and the questions useful, or the answers to the questions, should I say, useful. I just want to also say a massive thank you to everyone that did put those questions forward. It's been really fun answering those questions for you. As I said, if there's any questions that I didn't touch on that you sent to me, please let me know in the comments or send me a direct message, and I will make sure I come back to you. I will leave you with the amazing clip that is in front of you right now. It looks like you're stood on a TOCA track or a NASCAR track, except they're not NASCAR cars. It's that authentic, it's that real. The shadows, the lighting, everything else is amazing. Also, just to close the video, I hope you all have a safe, lovely, peaceful Christmas. And I just want to say again a massive thank you for tuning in, for watching the video, for watching the channel, and for supporting me. I hope you all have a lovely break, and fingers crossed to those of you also still trying to get your hands on the PS5. Hopefully you guys will get that sorted soon. Fingers crossed. So, without further ado, I think that's it. Merry Christmas, everyone. All the best wishes for the new year. Take care of yourselves, your friends, your family, your loved ones, and I will see you again very soon.